Chapter 23. Now that I know how long it takes me to walk home, me and my warm, fireworks exploding insides decide I can take a short detour up toward Route 14, where Family Services is. Because there's a question I need them to answer. I find the office in a building that used to be a house. The front part is an insurance company, but a sign leads me around back. Once inside, I go up a few stairs to find a room with 3 desks squeezed in, surrounded by big, happy posters of kids. The woman at the closest desk looks up. "Hi, how can I help you?" "Hi, I just wanted to make sure that my family is all up to date. You know, with the forms we need to file for electricity help." "Did your power go off?" "Oh, it's on now. I just want to make sure that the last form we filed was all correct." She turns to her computer. "It probably was if your power is on, but let me pull up your records." I give her my address and then wait, shifting between my feet as I stare at a poster offering free tax help to qualifying families. Maybe someday our family won't qualify for everything. "Yep, it looks like your form was turned in about a month ago, and that it was all filled out correctly." "Who turned in the form? Does it say?" Kara Albro. Is she your mom?" It's like another burst of fireworks has gone off inside me. "She sure is," I say. I don't walk the rest of the way home. I run. When I get there, Frank is in his usual spot, but now Lenny is also there. Sitting on the couch surrounded by classifieds, with the phone cradled between his shoulder and his ear. "Are you still looking for someone to do deliveries?" he asks. "Nope." "Okay then." He hangs up, swears, and then starts dialing the next number. My mom is home too, since Friday nights are the best tip night and always go to the more senior waitstaff. I watch her in the kitchen as she works on getting Hector's formula ready. "Mom, I need to talk to you." "Can't right now, Zoe." She starts shaking the bottle of formula. "Maybe later." Lenny stands up to announce he's leaving to go fill out an application for a maintenance late shift at the hospital. "Good luck, sweetheart," my mom calls after him. I hand my mom the nipple for the bottle that she's looking for. "We need to talk now, Mom." She tests out the temperature of the formula on the back of her hand, and then goes over to scoop up Hector from his exerciser. She thinks she can ignore me, but I'm not going to let her. "Here," I say, picking up the bottle from the counter. "Let me feed Hector." She squints at me and then releases him to my outstretched arms. I cradle Hector in one arm and give him a bottle with the other, just like my mom does. "Now," I say, "we can talk in your bedroom, or we can do it right here." I gesture to the back of Frank's balding head. "But we need to talk." My mom glares at me. "I told you no." "But this isn't just about you," I say, raising my voice. "This is about me, too, and Bryce and Aurora and Hector. If you still claim to be our mom, then you better—" "Fine," she hisses. "But keep your voice down." She spins around and walks into her bedroom, and I follow after her. As soon as I close the door behind us, I turn to face her. "Lenny doesn't treat you right. You've got a lot of nerve bringing this up again," she says, her eyes narrowing. "But you need to explain something to me that I don't understand." I step toward her. "Why didn't you tell me the truth? You knew that Lenny never turned in that form to the power companies. You knew that it wasn't your fault and that the form hadn't been filled out wrong, because otherwise you wouldn't have gone and filled out another one and turned it in yourself. My mom glares at me and then looks away. I just figured it was worth a try. Did you even tell Lenny you'd filled it out fine? Does he even know how the power came back on? The main thing is we have power. But it's not fair that he blamed you for that, and that now he's blaming you for why he lost his job. It's not fair. She shakes her head. I should have been paying attention to the gas gauge. I was so focused on getting that ground beef. I thought that it was going to fix things, but I just screwed things up more. This is where I need to come up with my rebuttal, but not by discrediting my opponent. I need to do the opposite. Mom, you didn't. My job is to take care of you, she says without looking up. And I am doing the best I can to make this work. This is our shot at a good life, with a stable place to live that has heat and electricity and a kitchen with enough to eat. But Lenny isn't. He's just upset about losing his job. It'll be better once he gets back on his feet. And look, he's filling out a job application right now. He's doing the right things. The right things. Mom, he made it sound like you were the reason he lost his job. That's ridiculous. But it's like she doesn't even hear me. I shouldn't have cried. That always makes things worse. I just need to make sure I'm thinking through things first, so I don't screw up like I did with the gas tank. And make sure that I'm thinking clearly in the grocery store, and do a better job of... Suddenly, I see my old mom, the waitressing mom, thinking, planning every little detail. Except that this time, the customer she's waiting on is sending back pizza after pizza and blaming her for it every time. She's doing everything she can to figure out some way to get the next pizza right. And if you're just watching that from the other side of the room, all you'd see is one incompetent waitress. When it's really the customer that's the problem. Mom, we can't live with him anymore. You can't be serious. We can find someplace. We did before, right? With 4 kids now, and no security deposit saved up, and no car of our own? And don't forget that I wouldn't even have my job if it wasn't for Lenny. Restaurants don't hire waitresses who are missing teeth. So just because he bought you a new set of teeth, he owns you now? She looks away. And I realize that's what my mom really thinks. Yes, he does. Mom, whatever you owed for your teeth has been paid off for a long time. She shakes her head. Not when I keep making mistakes all the time. No matter how good a person's rebuttals are, nothing matters if the person is living in a whole different reality. It's Lenny who I need to discredit, who needs to be held up so my mom can see how he really is. But Mom, don't you get it? It's not you making mistakes. It's not you at all, it's him. He's the one who didn't turn in the form. He's the one who yelled at one of the old folks and got himself fired. He's the reason Bryce is having nightmares every night. It's him. She looks at me, like she's really hearing me for the first time. It's not you, Mom, I repeat, quieter this time. It's him. My mom sinks down onto the edge of the bed. Her mouth is slightly open, and her eyes are fixed straight ahead. Every night? I nod. She shakes her head. Finally, she murmurs, "He should get another chance." Are you serious? Instead of automatically giving up and going back to the broken toilet apartment? Instead of giving up on my kids having a father figure? Instead of giving up on having a boyfriend who can hold a job and tells me that my cooking smells good? Yeah, he gets another shot. Mom, Bryce is starting to talk the same way as Lenny. Is Lenny really the kind of person you want him looking up to? She purses her lips and closes her eyes. Hector starts crying. I look down to see that his bottle of formula isn't tipped back enough for him to get the last drops. I quickly fix it, and he quiets down to start sucking again. My mom opens her eyes. You can't mention this to Bryce or Aurora. If they breathed one word of it to Lenny. She bites her lip and shakes her head. He should get another chance. When Lenny comes back home, he's all upbeat. Had a good chat with the manager, and I got the job. That's great, my mom says. She's in the kitchen, mixing up some meatloaf. Yeah, he was just a few years ahead of me back in high school. Knows a lot of the same people. Wow, Lenny, I'm so proud of you. And the pay is even better than it was at the nursing home. Things are all flowers and sunshine for the rest of the evening. Lenny even takes the meatloaf out of the oven for my mom and tousles Bryce's hair when Bryce shows up to get his plate of meatloaf. But I don't buy it. I don't believe in Lenny's good moods anymore. After I've gotten Bryce and Aurora into bed and told them a story, my mom and Lenny are cuddled up together on the couch, watching the dancing on Make It or Break It, like they used to. After a while, Lenny heads for the bedroom, and my mom silently scoops up Hector from his exerciser and follows behind. My mom might have said I'd regret it for the rest of my life if I spied on them again, but I'm pretty sure I'll regret it more if I don't. Frank is fiddling with his cigarette in his recliner during a commercial break, which is enough for me to start across the main room, crawling so there's no chance he'll notice me. With my octopus eye in position, I look into their bedroom. My mom is changing Hector's diaper, while a still upbeat Lenny is pacing around, twirling a sock in his hand. This is going to be great. I can't believe it's even more money than before. You'll have to switch your hours at the pizza pit, of course, he says. I won't be able to eat during the shift at the hospital like I could at the nursing home, so I'm going to need to have a better dinner ready for me when I get home. My mom looks up with a start. But I can't just shift hours like that. Connor's been doing the lunch shift forever, and he can't change those hours because he works night at the brewery. And Ricky wouldn't let me switch things anyway. If I say I can't work nights, then he'll say I don't need to come back. Lenny plops down on the bed, lifts up one of his feet, and starts cleaning between his toes. Well, you could just find another job. One where you don't have to deal with that Connor always poking his nose into our business. My mom stretches the Velcro on the new diaper into place. Are you serious? Look, I'm not the one getting all worked up here, Lenny says. You just need to go with the flow a little. I mean, it's just a job. It's my job. He shrugs. Like I said, just a job. And considering the mess you've put us in, you better get your head screwed on straight soon. He finally looks up from his toes. Now, where's that expensive smile of yours? My mom doesn't smile. She doesn't even look up. She's managed to stuff Hector into his pajamas, and one by one she's snapping them up. Snap, snap, snap. After she gets to the last one and moves Hector into his crib, she stands up straight and then walks out of the room. She blows past me and heads right into the bathroom. I scramble off the washing machine and knock on the door. "Mom," I whisper. "It's me." Without waiting for an answer, I slip inside the door and shut it behind me. My mom is sitting on the floor against the wall, her head buried in her knees. "I told you you'd regret it if you spied on us again," she says. "You shouldn't see me like this." I don't say anything. I just slide down next to her. "I don't know what to do," she whispers. "I always thought I just had to explain myself better. That if I could do that, he'd understand." She looks up, tears streaming down her face. "But I don't think it matters what I say. I don't think he cares one bit about understanding me." "I don't think he does either," I say. I stare at Lenny's perfectly lined up shaving items. His shaving brush, his tub of shaving cream, his lather bowl, his razor. Always lined up by size, with the handle of the razor perfectly parallel to the wall. "And I know that you said that he doesn't hit you, but that doesn't matter. He's still making sure that you're scared." My mom reaches for a towel and wipes her face. I picture Fuchsia with the lines of eye makeup running down her cheeks. There are too many people hiding in bathrooms. "It was Fuchsia," I blurt out. My mom turns to me. "What was? What are you talking about?" "The shots that were fired in the parking lot. That was Crystal's new boyfriend trying to scare Fuchsia." "Oh, Fuchsia." My mom closes her eyes and buries her face back in the towel. When she emerges again, she takes a deep breath. "That whole family is trouble." I eye the rest of Lenny's perfectly folded bath towels. But not us, right? She stands up and tries to put the towel back the way he had it. "What are you going to do about Lenny?" I ask. She shakes her head. "I can't lose my job." "What if we were able to find our own apartment?" I whisper. "I told you, I don't have enough saved up to pay a security deposit." "But if we just tried?" She bows her head and closes her eyes. "He can't know." I don't take my eyes from his perfectly square towels. We won't let him find out. Chapter 24.